All right, when we go into making race cars, there's the #1 most important thing, which are seats, which if you're watching this, there's a chance that you may be thinking about picking up a RaceQuip racing seat and you're watching this video. Great news, everything out there on these seats completely sucks in terms of photos and video, and because we're in 2024 and we actually know how to operate a camera, we figured we would show you what you're getting if you're buying one of these seats, which by the way, I'm Alex Martini. Welcome to the Martini Works Unbox channel. This channel is all about unboxing and showing you exactly what you're getting in terms of car parts, which if you are looking for car parts, you can go mod your car at martiniworks.com. We have intakes, exhaust, coilovers, wheels, tires, and yes, RaceQuip safety seats. This one in particular is going in Lars's BMW E46 M3, and I want to show you a little bit about these seats specifically. These seats are probably what I would argue are the best value you can probably buy in terms of good quality safety seats. Medium size, they're one piece, they're very lightweight, they weigh about 18 pounds, which I think is pretty great considering the value that you're getting on these things. And in all honesty, if you're looking at most like racing cars, they're probably gonna have this logo on them. I'm gonna try and walk around. Now, we don't actually have a table because we're working on so many cars at the same time, but I wanna show you a little bit of what you're getting. On the back, nothing crazy. This is just an FRP gel coat back that you can get here so you can wipe it down. It's really easy. It's going to feature the side mount for your actual bracket so that you can actually put it into the car. This is actually really nice. I've been playing around with a lot of different seats and sometimes this doesn't even thread in very well. So to see that this is threading in and threading out really nicely is a nice perk. You also have it on the other side as well. But one of the big reasons that you're gonna be buying this is actually, I think, located right here. This is gonna have all the information that you need to be FIA safe, which because if you're actually racing wheel to wheel or you're doing time attack or you're doing something that's actually in a series, you are required to have a seat that is regulated and approved for use. This one is at $570 or so is what I think most of these seats sit at. It's a damn good deal to get this little sticker that you have right here, which is telling you, hey, you can actually go race on this thing. Now this is pretty light. I'm a small boy, which is great. And the good news is RaceQuip has these available in different seats. Now, pro tip, all seats like this are gonna tilt back. Look at this. I'm a little bit of obviously a skinnier boy. Nice, good thigh bolstering. One of the nicest things is these pads actually hang off a little bit as well. It gives your knee a lot of that support that you're gonna want, and the back feels good. Now, this side for the shoulder bolstering is really nice in terms of when you're driving, right? So I think the typical word of thumb is you wanna be able to, at full driving position, have your hands kind of resting over the steering wheel at your ankles. And you wanna have some of that support here on your shoulders, especially as you're turning left and right. This does have a nice little amount of flex, which I think is really great because you don't want it too sturdy because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get your shoulders feeling really sore. This actually provides a lot of great comfort to your thighs, to your butt, to your shoulders, and you still want that lumbar support in your back. Now, the great news is a lot of people think racing seats don't have to be comfortable. I would argue that racing seats have to be the most comfortable kind of seat that you're gonna get into, because if you're getting into endurance racing or you're spending a lot of time in the seat, there's nothing worse than feeling like your legs are getting numb or you're getting achy or you feel like your shoulders hurt. And I really like this seat particularly for me because I can feel all the support where I need. The great news is this seat works with all of your standard safety equipment, helmet, your neck brace, all that sort of good stuff. So this brand is really good at just making a good quality racing seat. You don't get as much as like the customization or fancy colors or things like that on a RaceQuip seat as you would on something like a status racing seat, but also at the very same time, you're getting a better value. The cost is lower on this than something like that, and you're still getting all the safety and all the needs that you could possibly want outside of the seat. Now, I'm gonna get back up here. The brackets and all the stuff to actually mount this into the car is not included. So you're gonna have to buy that separately and you're gonna have to be okay with that. Another thing that I'll say that I like about this is this material on the top here is a little bit different than what you got down here. You've got these little like nubs, like rubber nubs, I guess, that kind of grip your butt on this pad here, and then you have this breathable material on the back, on the shoulder, on here, and this, which is actually really important because as you start to sweat and perspirate and things get hot, you want to be able to have something that can kind of get rid of that heat. This has that, which I really, really like. I'm gonna set this back. It's also gonna have a change of material right here. This is obviously because this is gonna have more friction constantly in terms of getting in and out, and also just movement of your legs as you're driving compared to the rest of this. But once you actually get the RaceQuip brackets, if that's what you choose to go with, you can actually adjust the seat from 0 degrees position to a 30-degree layback position. I think that's really great. And outside of the fact that these ones are the medium, so it's a 15-inch in terms of total length, in total width. There's also a 16-inch and a 17-inch for the large and the extra large sizes. I already talked about how this is an FRP composite shell. I talked a little bit about how this supports you, especially in the thighs and the hip raising area. But the one thing that I didn't mention is that this can handle any 4, 5, or 6-point harnesses, depending on exactly what you're using it for and what car, what application, what series. If you guys are looking for something that is on a budget, that's gonna get you into a car that you can take to a racetrack that you can compete with, I can honestly say I don't think RaceQuip can honestly be beat. On top of that, I think they're a dang good looking seat. I don't think there's anything too crazy about them. I like the embroidered top. I like the fact that RaceQuip's been around for a long time. They're huge in the motorsport world. They're huge in the safety world, so you know you're getting a dang good seat. The fact that these only weigh 18 pounds means that most of the time this is gonna be lighter than your OEM, and it's actually gonna be competitive against everything outside of maybe a carbon fiber bucket seat. Overall, say this is a pretty easy thing. If you guys are looking to understand all the other stuff you're gonna wanna buy along with it, in terms of like the actual harnesses, the brackets, things like that, or if you have questions on the seats themselves, let us know in the comments. We'd be happy to help because we are building this E46 M3 for Lars, for track racing, which means we're following all the rules and regulations required to get this thing into wheel-to-wheel racing. So let us know, and if you're looking for these seats exactly, we'd highly recommend them. Honestly, I would love to put them in a set for my cars, but unfortunately, I already got my seat, so I gotta get out there and just spend more time driving. You can pick up these seats over at martiniworks.com, and if you have any other questions, be sure to let us know in the comments. I'm Alex Martini. Thanks for watching.